Hey guys, let's download Lua. Okay, so here we are on the Lua page, the main page, lua.org, and you'll see that there's a download option. Let's go ahead and click that. Of course, to get to the lua.org page, you could either type lua.org in the URL bar, or just search Google for lua.org or Lua programming. All right, so here we are on the downloads page, and something that you should know about languages is that there are sources and then there are binaries. So the source is effectively just some script that defines the language and its functions and whatnot. And then the binaries are actually what your specific computer will use, whether you have a Mac, a Linux, or Windows. They all function differently. They'll need different binaries. Of course, the word kind of helps us understand. A binary is ones and zeros, right? So it's kind of like the machine language that we've talked about. So instead of getting the source and building our own, or doing our own build with the source, which is good, tailored specifically to our computer, they have already done some builds and developed some binaries which are for Windows computers. And I'm sorry, I clicked on that a little bit too quickly. You'll go over here to yeah, you can see it, the get a binary link. So you click on that, and then we're gonna scroll down until we see a Windows. Now, before we actually go ahead and download a binary, which is not that difficult, downloading the binary, adding it to our computer so that it can use it, there is a better option that is shown on this page, and it's seen right here, and it says, if what you want is a full Lua installation, please check other projects such as Lua for Windows and such. And I in particular like Lua for Windows, so we're just going to go ahead and go that route from this link, and that will take us over to the GitHub page, which we can talk about GitHub some other day. But here's in the download, it's gonna redirect us to GitHub, but I guess this is another internal link. And then we see here that there are several different options, and we're gonna go ahead and do you click on the executable, which is this one right here, and that, what it'll do is, it's a nice one-stop shop. You just click the executable, it'll fire up and then install it on the computer. Real quick note, if you are running Mac or some sort of iOS, then get with me later and I'll help you guys work through installing that onto your Mac. Alright, so back to those Windows users. So if you're using Google Chrome, it's gonna the download is gonna show up in the bottom left-hand corner. If you're just using some other browser, then the most bulletproof way of finding your downloads is actually typing it into the search bar. Windows 10 is very similar to Windows 7 in the sense that you type it down in that area after pressing the Windows key or hitting the Windows icon. And so here we are in our Windows, or our downloads folder, and here's the executable. We just double click it and then allow it to run. So here we are prompted with a few different installation questions. Is it black? I in particular like black themes, so I would suggest hitting that checkbox. And finally install. All right, so we're almost there. All right. So we're going to go ahead and, well, I won't just yet. So that is how you would install Lua on a Windows computer. Now I guess the question is, now what? Well, you could, now let's start at the very, very simple, just to check to make sure everything's installed correctly. We're going to go ahead and pull up what's called a command prompt, and that's accessed in several ways. But the simplest method, I suppose, is pressing the Windows key and then typing cmd, md, and then that'll pull up this command prompt. And if you type Lua in the command prompt, it should not give you any errors. And in my case, it gave me this, it just pulled up the Lua shell, and I can now type print. I think this is right. Whoops. Hello world, and there you go. It actually worked. So it printed out hello world. So that is how you would install Lua onto your Windows computer. Thanks for watching, guys.